Hey, this is Eric Moss Fitness, and I just wanted to give you kind of an overview of the Summer Slim Down and what you can expect from myself, from the facility, and that sort of thing. So, just going to tell you a little bit about where I came from. When I was a kid, I was diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. And having attention deficit disorder, I was put on a drug called Ritalin, and Ritalin made it so that I was disinclined from doing anything athletic or talking to people. I became extremely shy and withdrawn, and actually malnourished because it had ruined my appetite. When I would go to eat lunch, I would take a bite of the sandwich, gag, and then I'd throw the rest away. I never told my mom that because it would kill her, but that's just the way it happened. So I had a hard time making friends and an even harder time talking to girls. And it wasn't until I actually discovered martial arts and weight training that I got the confidence that I needed to make friends and to talk to the girls, just like you see in this old advertisement for the dynamic tension course by Charles Atlas. But in doing that, I found my passion, and I used those things to become a personal trainer. So who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I've got over a decade of experience helping people get healthy and fit. I was RKC certified in 2009. RKC at the time represented the gold standard of strength and physical fitness training using Russian kettlebells, which is my favorite tool for training people for great results. The current gold standard is the Strong First Kettlebell Instructor certification, which I'm also a certified instructor for. I am also a Strong First Bodyweight Strength Instructor, which is a principle-based system. I can use some of the bodyweight training drills to continue to get you great results. And this is one of the things that I provide for when people do homework, is I would teach them to do things like the one-arm push-up, handstand push-up, pistol squats, etc. I'm also functional movement screen certified. The functional movement screen is a 7-point test where I take a look at your movement to see what could potentially become an injury if it's not addressed. It also helps me customize your training program to be the most effective training program possible, because what works for you might not work for someone else, and this helps me look at that sort of thing. I also distinguished myself through my unique skill set, so I'm a subject matter expert and consultant to the Department of Exercise Science and Physical Education at Montclair State University on the topic of mindset for success, and also the National Personal Trainers Institute located in Pittsburgh. And I also distinguished myself, so I was selected by Strong First to teach at personal training certifications, both nationally and internationally. In addition to that, I'm also a professional old-time performing strongman. I was the last one mentored by New Jersey's Superman, the late Greg Matonic. As you'll discover, I also do talks for companies where I teach the employees how to get healthy and fit, and I include some of the old-time feats of strength in my presentations to give them a little bit of flair. If you want to see some of the old-time feats of strength, my promo video is included on this page. So I invite you to go watch it. So let me tell you about the facility. The street address is 180B Parsippany Road. Where I want you to park is along the back fence, because I do share some of the parking spaces with some of the other businesses back there, and we don't have access to all of them. It is over 1,000 square feet, and we've been in this location for 1 year, as of May 5th, I believe. And this is one of the reasons that I put together the Living Social promotion, is to celebrate this location, because we've grown pretty substantially. Not as fast as I would have liked, but that's just the way it is running a business. But we've grown based on quality training. And this is a no-frills facility. This is essentially my dream child. I don't like things like treadmills and complicated machines because they don't get you the results that you want. The equipment that we choose is primitive, like kettlebells, a barbell, a pull-up bar, battling ropes, suspension trainers, Satsuki exercises, grippers, sandbags, that sort of thing. Basically odds and ends that I have found over the years to be very effective. So our training programs and techniques are the things that are state of the art, not the equipment, and the nutrition programs are based on lifestyle-friendly strategies with nourishing foods and delicious recipes. This is one of the reasons that we're pretty successful at getting people results. I'm having a bit of trouble with my PowerPoint, so I'm trying to, there we go. So, what to expect from the Summer Slim Down? After your phone call to me, which you should have already done, we schedule your one-on-one functional movement screen. I watch your movement to see how to train you safely and effectively and customize your program from there. From there, I'll be measuring your body fat percentage. I'll measure your waist circumference, measure your weight, and we'll take a before picture. All of these things are what we do to provide a baseline to which we can measure progress for your results. Then I follow it with a quick introduction session. Basically, after the FMS movements I've seen that you can perform safely, I'll teach you the foundational movements that it's cleared you for. And I'll be teaching this to you one-on-one so that you aren't lost or confused when you start with my regular clients. So, you'll learn the techniques and the components of a well-balanced and customized fitness program. You'll be training alongside some of my regular clients, getting the guidance, support, and accountability from me. You'll learn from the educational modules that I've provided on how our processes work and how to implement them effectively. You'll drop body fat and gain all-purpose strength, which we compared to the baseline so that you can see real progress. And we'll take an after picture when it's done so that you can see how far you've come in a short time. And again, I'm having trouble. There we go. During the duration of your coupon, if you give me an open mind, I'll prove to you that we are the solution that is going to get you to your goals and maintain them even if you failed before, and we'll schedule a one-on-one goal assessment session and pick out the best program to get you to your goals and maintain them for life. If we aren't a good fit, and truth be told, not everybody is a good fit, not everybody is invited to continue, not everybody stays, I'll try to find you a better fit based on your goals and the things that you tell me. Hopefully you'll be able to retain some of the things that I've taught you. If we are a good fit, I'll invite you to continue training with us, and we'll get you great results. So here are the 5 steps that we use to transform your body in record time. This is normally during the full membership. Step 1, define your goals, motivation, and commitment. Evaluate where you are right now. Design a complete program to achieve your goals. Take action and implement the program. Regularly assess your progress and update your program accordingly. We'll go into that a little bit. Step 1, define your goals, motivation, and commitment. What exactly do you want to accomplish? The more specific, the better, because this helps us draw up a path. Why are your goals important to you? Basically, the driving force doesn't come from the outside. It has to come from the inside. And I like to find out why you want to accomplish something so that I can use it to continue to keep you motivated and enthusiastic about training. And you also have to define your level of commitment. On a scale from 1 to 10, if someone comes in that is less than an 8, I don't even accept them in. Why? Because anything less than an 8, I can't get them great results. They have to be committed. I can only provide the guidance, support, and accountability to keep them on track, but bottom line is they've got to commit themselves to the program. Otherwise, it's just never going to happen. So, step 2, evaluate where you are right now. This is basically evaluate where you are in relation to your goals. That what you want to improve should be measurable. Your weight, your body fat, your strength, your measurements, your photographs, that sort of thing. Then design a complete program to achieve your goals. And a comprehensive health and fitness program should include each of these 6 components for success. Nutrition, which is the foundation of all health and fitness and is paramount for trying to lose body fat. Supplementation. This comes in when the nutrition program isn't fully complete. Supplements are simply meant to fill in the gaps that are left behind from a well-balanced nutrition program. They're not drugs, and I don't want you to look at supplements as drugs. If you can get it from Whole Foods, that's what you should do. Resistance training. This will increase strength, which is the foundation of other motor qualities. It'll develop lean muscle mass, increase your metabolic rate, it'll improve insulin sensitivity. All sorts of good things happen from getting stronger. And no, you won't bulk up if that's not what you want. If you want more information about it, I have included the Strength 101 video module, so I invite you to give that a look. Cardiovascular exercise. This will increase the fat loss, and for heart health, it'll increase circulation. Basically good things, but cardiovascular exercises must be complemented as part of a well-balanced program, not in and of itself. It's a waste of time in and of itself. Corrective exercise and flexibility. This goes back to that functional movement screen so that I can help you prevent injury and promote recovery. And then coaching for knowledge, support, and accountability to give you the guidance and accountability to keep you on track till you reach your goals. Then take action and implement the program. This is mission critical because no matter how great a program is, if you don't do it, it's not going to work. So take a bit of time to learn each of the components of your program, take action on them and implement them, and push through for 21 days, no matter what, to break free from your rubber band. This is one of the reasons I'm very happy that you've purchased the Living Social coupon, because Living Social is a great start. Some of the coupons are for the 2 consecutive weeks, which is the 6 sessions, and some of them are for the entire month. And both of them are a great start. You'll be well on your way, and you just need to continue doing what you're doing to do it. So regularly assess your progress and update your program accordingly. You must regularly assess your results by measuring again that which you wish to improve. Failure to do so leads to plateaus, frustration, and backsliding. Taking responsibility for doing this ensures your continued progress and accelerated success, and it would help to have an expert review your progress and program to identify necessary course corrections to succeed. As an example of this, during your fat loss program, you'll be going down in body fat and you might plateau. You may even go up a little bit, and don't worry about that. Only worry if it trends upwards. When it starts to trend upwards, then we need to provide the course corrections to see what's going on so that you can continue making progress. And until you eventually end up exactly where you wish to be, which is your goals. So how long does it take to achieve significant results? With the strength training, because we train the central nervous system, the strength gains will be very apparent in the first month. Some people even see improvement in strength in the first day. For full visual transformations, give yourself a good 90 days to achieve significant results with your program and cement in the new lifestyle habits necessary to maintain them for life. Sometimes people can lose fat extremely quickly, but that doesn't happen all the time. As an example, 3 of my clients have lost 10 pounds of fat within the first 2 weeks of training. That does happen. It's not every time, but it has happened before. And that's a pretty good start. So, the main reason, why do people spin their wheels repeating failure over and over again? Oh, a lot of people spin their wheels because they try to reinvent the wheel. The best way to ensure success is to follow a proven model or system that produces results. This was a client of mine, Luke Ghetto. Luke Ghetto came to me as a referral from his wife, and he's an engineer by the day, but by night he was a mixed martial arts fighter. So when he had stopped taking mixed martial arts, he wanted to get back into it, and he wanted to get into the kind of shape that he wanted to be ready for mixed martial arts. So he came to me and I taught him strength training, and the strength that I taught him was exactly the opposite to what he had done in the past, but it worked very effectively. So he was pretty happy with that. This was a client of mine, Kristen. Now she's got kind of a funny story, because she hired me to get her ready for her wedding. Before she hired me, she ordered her wedding dress to be 3 sizes smaller, which kind of put me in a panic because I had no idea what kind of commitment she was going to have to the program prior to starting, and I didn't know what kind of commitment she would have to her nutrition. But when she went to get it fitted, the final fitting before the wedding, She comes to me afterwards and says it didn't fit. I'm like, what do you mean it didn't fit? You must not have done what I told you. She told me she lost 4 dress sizes when she only really needed to lose 3, and it needed to be taken in. So that was a good thing, even though it pretty nearly gave me a heart attack. This is a client of mine, Anne. Anne had found DVDs on what people think from the outside is a similar training program to what I do, even though it's not. Found that the DVDs didn't provide the feedback, but she was still pretty happy with the results that she had gotten. And she wanted to take the results to the next level. Discovered that I was actually close to where she was working. So training with me and having the nutrition program by Serena to help customize it to her unique lifestyle, she went down 10% body fat, which is pretty good, and went up a 300% increase in strength without putting on muscular bulk, and that's pretty darn good. Needless to say, she was very happy, and she had a couple limitations that a feedback doesn't take into consideration, but I was able to customize her program for her. But as you can see, the results speak for themselves. This was a client of mine, Jen. Jen liked to run in marathons, and she needed to lose a bit of body fat, so she lost, I believe, 12 pounds, if I remember correctly. I don't have her testimonial sheet with me handy at the moment. But she also took 2.5 minutes per mile off of her half marathon time. So she increased her endurance by increasing her strength. And also lost a bunch of body fat and was pretty happy with the results because of it. This was a client of mine, Rob Berger. Rob Berger trained with me and increased his one-arm overhead pressing strength by, well, he tripled it, and also got himself off of blood pressure medication, so he was pretty happy with his results. Josh was one of those ones that had lost 10 pounds in the first 2 weeks of training. Training with me over the course of time, he rid himself of back pain and got a lot stronger, and also lost 52 pounds of body fat, so he was pretty happy. Jamie. When Jamie was training with me, before she started, she couldn't do any pull-ups. After training with me, she went from 0 to 3 pull-ups, so that's, I don't really know mathematically what that represents, but she had never been able to do pull-ups previous to me. She also got herself to do a get-up with 62 pounds, which is actually pretty fantastic, and is now currently training for bikini competitions. She just had her first one probably about 2 weeks ago. And even though she didn't place, it was her first one, so she got that first time jitters out of the way. And she's doing pretty well with her training program. Even though she's moved on to a more specific person to help her with that, because the person that she's training with is actually a former bikini competitor. So she needed a bit of specific training to put on top of what I had taught her. Randy. I had met Randy at one of my presentations that I had done for a local nonprofit group. And he had thought that he wouldn't be able to do any pull-ups. But training with me, he went from 0 to 4 and dropped his body weight by 8 pounds. And it wasn't even that long. I believe it was 2 months. 1 or 2 months, without really many changes to his diet, and with a training program that was much, much easier than he had foreseen. And then this is a client of mine, Debbie. Debbie was actually kind of a unique referral, because I'll just give you a quick story. Years ago, I had trained this woman, Conceta, in her home. This was back when I was still doing in-homes. And Conceta wanted to learn how to do the foundational movements of kettlebell training quickly, or safely and effectively, for a training program that she was following at the time. So I came in for one session. I taught her the swing and the get up, and I believe the clean, if I remember correctly. And I kind of left her to do her own thing after that. So she was training with kettlebells at the local YMCA, and Deborah happened to see her and saw that she was training with kettlebells and that she looked like she knew what she was doing. So she asked her where she learned that, and Conseda told her from me, and that I had just opened up a place in Parsippany. So she learned my name, and she said, Conseda had said that you should only learn from a certified instructor. And she's like, my son's a certified instructor. Her son is actually a certified instructor over in Manhattan. So she called up her son and asked if he had ever heard of me. And he had said that my name sounded familiar, but he wanted to ask his mentor, Dr. Kathy Dooley, who's a chiropractor and also a certified instructor, if she's ever heard of me. Now, Dr. Kathy Dooley had met me at a workshop over in Manhattan, and we were partnered up, and she asked me to mentor her in the mindset techniques of the old-time strongman. So I was essentially her mentor. So she gave me a raving review, and he called his mom up and said, "Ma, if Dr. Kathy Dooley asked this guy to mentor her, if you have a chance to work with this guy, you should definitely do it." So, training with me, she never thought that she would be able to do a pull-up, and I got her to do a pull-up. Got her to do, I believe, a get-up with 35 pounds, which is pretty good considering her size because she's a petite thing. So, Paul Warner also met me at one of my presentations for a local nonprofit group. Training with me, he went down 9 pounds and went down 3 belt loops on his belt because the training program that I was putting him on was effective. And he was essentially the perpetual bachelor. He's been a bachelor for about 30 years. And he's doing pretty well in his training program. Sammy was a unique case because she came to me as a referral from Julie. Now, Julie was posting her results on Facebook, and Sammy had said she would love to be able to train, but there are obstacles that get in her way. Sammy was a person who loved training, and she would attend multiple aerobics classes and just loved to be in the gym. But when she was in a bad car accident, she had severe muscle trauma in her back and was unable to find something safe that would help her. So she came to me, and I had said that I might be able to, I could probably find something safe for her to do that would help her get results. So I created something that I ended up naming the Sammy Crunch, which I teach at my Unbeatable Abs workshops, and got her off of pain medication within 3 weeks of training because I was able to strengthen up her abs safely and effectively, which helps support her back, and she was doing pretty well. She's recently become a mother, and I didn't do it, but she never, I guess physiological changes allowed that to happen. So she did pretty well with my training program before she had to go have a baby and everything. This is actually a picture from my Unbeatable Abs workshop. And I'm teaching something called the back pressure crunch to one of my clients, Costin. And I'm going to show you, I didn't actually take the video of Costin, but training with me, Costin's actually been able to do a get up with 80 pounds. He's improved his mobility. He's gone down 15 pounds. He's doing pretty well with my training program. Now, Julie was the one that referred Sammy to me. Julie had laparoscopic surgery, and training with me and having that to essentially enforce portion control, she's lost 120 pounds. And she went from someone that was always failing at a training program to changing her belief because she's gotten very strong, changed her belief in herself. So she went from always failing to getting used to success, and she's doing extremely well. Now, Rich, you remember when I say it's really about your goals? When Rich came to me, Rich he works as an HVAC contractor, heating, ventilation, and cooling. And he had a compressor on his shoulder while he's standing on a rooftop. lost his balance, fell off of the rooftop and tumbled down 3 flights of stairs, was knocked unconscious at the bottom. When he woke up, he had a fractured spine. So he did everything in his power to try to help his spine. He tried chiropractic medicine, acupuncture, acupressure, physical therapy, massage therapy, basically anything and everything that didn't involve getting cut open, because as he said, he's 27 years old and was afraid of dying on the table because he's a father. And he had said to me, he's like, if you can get me to pick up my daughter without being in pain, you'll be the greatest person I ever met. And as you can see in this picture, he's carrying his daughter without being in pain. So I'd say that we accomplished his goal. Now Neil McCarthy, Neil's also a unique case because he had, back a little while back, he'd been hit by the bus. Basically the metaphor that everybody uses for when things go bad had actually happened to him. And he had tried numerous personal trainers, but nobody was able to really get him the results because they never gave him the kind of customized program that he needs. So I'll let you hear it in his own words. Okay, what's your name?
Neil McCarthy.
And can you talk about how you got your injury and previous attempts at training before coming to me?
I was hit by a bus in 1987, and I guess I used that as an excuse. The low back injury is an excuse not to really work out. I get in such bad shape that I found it hard just getting up and moving in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And you had been to other personal trainers, correct?
Yes.
And what did they try to do with you?
Tried to make a muscle man out of me overnight. And when I couldn't lift the free weights the way they wanted to or things like that, they told me that I was wasting their time and my money. And nothing new to me. I knew I was wasting my money. They weren't putting much time into it.
And how long have you been training with me?
I guess this is my third, fourth week. It's the beginning of the fourth week, I guess.
And what kind of results have you gotten training with me?
Weight-wise, miraculously, I've lost 13 pounds. I feel much better. I'm starting to get feeling back in my left leg that I haven't had in years. My mobility is increasing.
And how does your back feel?
100% better. I'm stiff when I get here. A little bit of stretching and exercise within a few minutes. And I feel like a new man by the time I leave, and I usually feel good for at least another day and a half.
Awesome. And what would you say to someone that was considering training here but has lower back pain and is afraid to do so?
Don't be afraid to try it. When I first saw Eric doing the demonstration, I was very skeptical because of my experiences in the past. And he offered the 2-week free trial. I wasn't expecting much out of it, but in that 2 weeks, I lost 11 pounds and felt almost 100% better than I had in years. And it's well worth it. I would recommend it. Anybody that's using a bad back as an excuse, try somebody that knows what they're doing, and you'll see results.
Awesome, Neil. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Quick update on that. He's actually lost 21 pounds since I had gotten that testimonial from him. So, what's the best way to achieve the results you want to accomplish in the shortest time possible? By having a proven program put together that cuts through the clutter and gives you a clear roadmap and the accountability and support required to reach your goals. And no matter where you are today, you have the power to change where you are tomorrow by the decisions you make. So make good ones. And I have to say, You made a great one by getting the Living Social Summer Slimdown promo and training with me in my facility. We're going to get you great results, and I look forward to working with you.